Welcome everybody to Córdoba, scarcely 1/3 of the way through the marathon. That is South American qualifying for the World Cup, and still most of the hard work is ahead for the likes of Argentina, even with Brazil not involved in the qualifying battle this time round, and Argentina have most certainly not had it all their own way so far. Paraguay, the opposition tonight, in even more difficulty as we start out here, languishing second bottom of the 9-team qualifying table, and with it all to do from here on in, and certainly on form, this does look a searching test for Paraguay. Argentina, winners of their last 5 games, 2 qualifiers, and friendly wins away to Switzerland, at home to Brazil, and most recently a 3-1 win over Germany in Frankfurt that got everybody talking. Alex Sabella making his mark as a manager now, in charge of Argentina, and certainly a new confidence following the failure at last year's Copa America. So we're underway. Argentina from right to left here in Córdoba. It's a beautiful evening, around 19 degrees, balmy conditions. And Paraguay, who have started tonight with an attempt to bring the age profile down, it would appear, in their veteran side. So many very experienced players who've been battling away for the country for many years, including Justo Villa, the goalkeeper. He is winning his 99th cap tonight, the captain of Paraguay. But to confirm the starting team news for you, Ivan Pires and Ricardo Ortiz both included in Paraguay's starting lineup, 23 and 22 respectively. And I think many will know Roque Santa Cruz at the other end of his career. Paraguay with the first moment of potential threat to Argentina. Victor Ayala to take the corner. The referee, incidentally, from Brazil, Luis Wilson Seneme. In it comes from Ayala, the outswinger, knocked out as far as the hold-up player. Just got to apologise for our little audio problem at the start of this game. We hope it won't distract you or disturb your enjoyment of what should be an absolute cracker here tonight in Córdoba. Argentina not at full strength by any means. No Fabrizio Colaccini. Pablo Zabaleta only on the bench tonight. He's had 1 or 2 problems this week with a hamstring strain, we understand. Not as severe an injury as his Manchester City teammate Sergio Aguero, who was the subject of much debate whether he would actually be taking part against the wishes of Roberto Mancini, but he's not involved tonight. They have to forage on with Lavezzi, Higuaín and Lionel Messi. No bad trident, I think you'll agree. And a potential opening already, and the opening goal for Argentina in 2.5 minutes. What a hit by Di Maria. Angel Di Maria. The perfect start for Argentina, and their fortunes do seem to be on the rise under new coach Alex Sabella. It's a fantastic strike, and Paraguay, who'd made a bright and positive beginning, couldn't defend when they had to. First time the question was asked. Lavezzi battling on down the Argentinian right. Lovely flick on by Higuaín, and the bits and pieces fell to Di Maria. And oh wow, big deflection on the way through actually. And you have to ask whether this should have been allowed to stand. It was well onside. I'm not sure it was going in without the deflection. And I think the deflection came off Lavezzi. I wonder if Lavezzi will claim a piece of it. Unlikely. Di Maria did all the hard work, and that's given Argentina the perfect start here tonight in Córdoba. So I was going to say that the noise level went up considerably, and it might do again here. We apologise again for the sound problems that we are experiencing, but in vision only, as it were, we can see that Paraguay, who've been struggling so badly in the first stages of this World Cup qualifying section in South America, they've got it all to do here away from home tonight. the personification of perseverance, persistence, perspiration, Paraguay, but they're going to have to demonstrate all those qualities again here tonight. Often lacking in imagination, it must be said. The main team news talking point, the start tonight for Jonathan Fabro as the main supporting striker to Roque Santa Cruz. Fabro at the age of 30, making his competitive debut for Paraguay. He is Argentinian by birth. Never got a look in the rankings for Argentina's World Cup squads over the last decade or so. And finally, on grounds of residency, having lived in Paraguay for 5 years, he has qualified to play for Paraguay against the land of his birth tonight. But the land of his birth, that is Argentina, looked full of menace early on. And again, Lavezzi getting plenty of sighters of it. That is Fabro. Big and strong, we understand. Putting his weight about a little bit there. If you are just joining us a little bit late, our apologies once more for the sound issues we are experiencing. But we have seen for ourselves how sharp Argentina look tonight. And the goal, which we think will be credited to Di Maria, this man has Argentina in front here. And a real sense all around, I think, that maybe the corner has been turned under Alex Sabella after a truly dismal 2010 and 2011, the World Cup and Copa America campaigns respectively. Things had to change for Argentina. The standards are too high there, and maybe they are starting to move forward again now. And all this at less than full strength, as I mentioned, with no Aguero tonight, Colaccini, Zabaleta, nor indeed Mascherano. Knocked forward by Braña, who's a bits and pieces league player that's been brought in by Sevilla, and he's doing a fine job for his country right now. That's wildly ambitious, and it fell for Fabro in the end, but I don't think Roque Santa Cruz was expecting it to reach to him even. That's more like his meat and drink, the former Blackburn Rovers, Manchester City, of course. His most recent port of call in the Premier League. Now then, another look from behind Argentina's goal, at Argentina's lead. The rather messy, scruffy defending, and Di Maria's shot clipping off the back of Lavezzi. And over the outstretched left arm of VR. So Paraguay up against it here. I have to say that they have had a pretty respectable record in competitive meetings with Argentina over the last decade or so. The last meeting between these nations ended in a 1-0 victory for Paraguay. That was in September of 2009, some 3 years ago. And they've not actually lost away to Argentina since 1973. But winning games has been Paraguay's big problem in recent times. Let's remember, although they got to the Copa America final, they didn't win a single game outright in that campaign. Extraordinary to consider that. Draws in the quarters and semis, followed by penalty shootout victories. I mentioned those qualities of persistence and perspiration, and this gritty, hard-working Paraguay side getting in the faces of Argentina. And again, that was Messi who took a tumble that time. Braña stepped in hard for Argentina, and twice actually. Seemed to leave a little bit on Pires. Wouldn't be surprised if this gets quite heated tonight. Ayala taking the tumble. Santa Cruz not able to gather it in. Fabro got crowded out of it. Referee had a moment to try to give Argentina the advantage then, I think. All friends afterwards between Cáceres and the genius that is Leo Messi. But he's the man that they will be attempted to stop by fair means or foul, the kind of treatment that Messi is so used to, and maybe nowadays gets more of when he's playing for his country in these World Cup qualifiers than he does at club level with Barca. There is seldom much love lost when these South American teams meet in a competitive environment. Big shock already today, incidentally, in the CONMEBOL qualifying tournament in Barranquilla. Colombia 3, Uruguay 0. That's got to be considered a great start for Argentina, even before kickoff tonight. With a victory, Argentina will go above Uruguay. Colombia inspired, I don't think it will be a surprise to you, by Radamel Falcao's early goal. Two by Teofilio Gutierrez to wrap up a superb victory, and that was Uruguay's first defeat, but it's very tight. Only 5 points covering 7 teams, 7 of the 9 teams. Should be 10, of course, in the federation, but Brazil, as of right, will qualify as hosts for the World Cup. Opens the window of opportunity to others, but Paraguay have underperformed considerably in the World Cup section so far. Starting out tonight, second bottom with just 4 points from 5 games. Pires, one of the players who's brought the age profile down a little bit at the age of 23. Just signed for Roma. So Paraguay back where they started the game with a corner from the right-hand side. Ayala to swing it in again. Or maybe more accurately to swing it out. And that's where it goes, the out-swinger. Well, they have aerial power, we know that. Romero wasn't forced to make any kind of a save, but that's just a little warning, perhaps. Ball's going wide from Alcaraz, the Wigan defender. Quite a healthy Premier League representation for Paraguay, not just Alcaraz, but Paulo da Silva, and indeed Roque Santa Cruz and Christian Riveras, 3 other Paraguay players who've all tasted life in the English Premier League. Fabro linking with Santa Cruz. They found each other quite well early on, actually, for a rookie pairing up there. Onside. There's Da Silva, who seemed to be labouring and played Lavezzi and co on. And Lavezzi looking super sharp here in the absence of Aguero. Newly signed by Paris Saint-Germain after his exploits with Napoli. Messi takes. And once more it's Messi. Looking to go round the outside of the crowd. Paraguay battle away. Fabro. Not much in front of Ayala here. He's looking for Santa Cruz, and that's an easy safe take for Romero in goal. Plenty of options in front of Messi for Argentina. Fighting fire with fire then against Braña. And getting the better of that little duel, actually. Braña's 33 years of age, only his 5th cap tonight for Argentina. This young man, Garay, signed for Sampdoria from Juventus in the summer. The question often asked of Paraguay is, if Roque Santa Cruz does not score, who else has got a goal in him? That came back off Fabro a little bit too easily. Goodness. Ayala just hanging on to it. Silva. Pick around the corner by Santa Cruz, and nicely worked out wide right to Ayala. Rojo kept him at bay. Oh, it's a penalty. Argentina invite Paraguay back into this, and it's an embarrassing moment, to say the very least of it. There seemed little threat, but that little moment of lack of concentration, they might get away with it now, but that's totally embarrassing for Braña, I'm afraid. I mentioned he's something of a rookie at this level, and in front of a worldwide audience, he's gifted Paraguay the way back into this game. There was no danger, and his expression tells it all. He knew. Romero's had nothing to do. His first task might be to pick the ball out of his net here. Fabro to take and score. Jonathan Fabro, at the age of 30, born in Argentina, scores a World Cup qualifying goal for Paraguay, his adopted country. And you might say it's a free gift from his former compatriots. Well, it takes a certain amount of nerve as a new player at this level to want to take that penalty. Fabro was the man for the job. Just when Argentina were really starting to convince, especially in the attacking sense, their defensive discipline has let them down, really. And certainly let Alex Sabella down. Paraguay under new management themselves, of course. Gerardo Peluso taking over from Francisco Arce. There was an unhappy spell. Arce had been the man to fill the void after Gerardo Martino's long and very successful spell as Paraguay manager came to an end. Rojo gets something for Paraguay. Rojo got something of his jersey then. What a waste by Ayala. And there was nothing that Estadio could do about that. Well, they were looking so exciting and confident going forward. Lavezzi and Higuaín in particular, fed by Messi. And it was a great start to the night for Argentina. Looking full of goal threat, but they've gifted a goal to Paraguay and they've got to start all over again. It was the man who is now on the ball, Braña, who embarrassed himself a little bit, I'm afraid. Garay. Higuaín round the corner. Referee's reaching for the pocket here, and the man in charge, Wilson Luis Seneme, has been lenient on a couple of occasions before eventually deeming that to be one too many. Ortiz it was. Messi with the free kick. Not very well cleared by Ayala. The body's over on the back post for Argentina. Wonderful piece of the other side of the game demonstrated by Messi then. His willingness to put the work in for the team. Obviously a different role and different responsibilities playing for his country vis-a-vis Barcelona. It's been the biggest debate, I think, in Argentinian football in recent seasons, how to get the best out of him. Perforce it is a different role, but his willingness to put his shoulder to the wheel for the national cause only embellishes his reputation. Took a spinning fall then and has an inquiry of the referee. Argentina allowed to get on with it. Just dropped short of Higuaín. Bit lively back to Romero. We are in the Estadio Mario Alberto Kempes here in Córdoba. It's named after the great goal scorer of the 1978 World Cup. The stadium itself here was actually opened for that tournament. Some redevelopment work is scheduled, we understand. Arguably it's Argentina's number 2 national venue after Buenos Aires. It's about 800 miles from here to the Paraguay capital, Asunción. A couple of players in this starting lineup for Paraguay do actually play their club football in Argentina. Stopped by Da Silva and then makes a right mess of it after that. Quick restart by Lavezzi and work left here. Just a little bit too much on it. Makes those angled runs so well, Lavezzi. Indeed, it was the angled run that led him into the line of the shot by Di Maria, which ended up in the net to put Argentina in front. Higuaín was the target. Rojo once again. Oh, that's a horrible challenge. As we said, seldom is love lost when these South American nations meet in these kind of games. He's thrown himself in there. The excitement level has been significantly reduced here after that fabulous start for Argentina, and you can sense a little bit of unease creeping into the crowd. Here's the man who can change it all. Direct running by Messi. Referee had a nice long think about that before giving the free kick to Argentina. And Messi has taken a fair amount of stick in this game. Certainly was late by Riveros. Messi's gone past him and then he just leaves a leg dangling out to clatter him with. The ball's been buzzing around Justo Villar's goal mouth, but in fairness, he's not had a lot to do. The goal apart, the Paraguayan goalkeeper and captain. Now it's Argentina's captain. Referee Seneme keeping a very close eye on that Paraguay wall. And deflected off Messi for what Argentina think is a corner. And it should be a corner. I think it was off the head of Santa Cruz, in fact. Di Maria. Almost caught VR out. Where he was meant to be when he was needed to be there, but it got a little bit too tight for comfort, surely. Di Maria again going to the back post this time, and too much on it. Not the hand of God, but the hand of Braña having a hand in the evening here in Córdoba. Stroked home by Fabro, like he was born to score goals at international level. Quite a moment in his career. Firmly headed back by Estadio. Coming back way too slowly was Santa Cruz. Braña keeps it simple. Well, one free kick by Lavezzi. Trying his luck on the Argentina left here for a spell up against Da Silva. All gone rather quiet from Argentina's point of view. Forward by Fernández. Paraguay doing what they do so well, attempting to stop other teams from playing. Di Maria was trying to turn himself into a version of Leo Messi here, but he's trying to run from a very deep position, and he's got a lot of opposition players to work his way through there. Paraguay will be quite happy, surely, with that. They won few admirers for their style of play at the Copa America. Here's a possibility for Argentina. Higuaín! Oh, he slotted it superbly! Out of nothing, Gonzalo Higuaín. What a finish! Top draw! Argentina back in front here. It's hard to better this. So quickly seizing up the possibilities, and again Da Silva's dropping off way too deep to play him onside, but that is an extraordinarily good finish from a narrow angle all the way across in front of the goalkeeper, and it nestles inside the right hand post here of VR. It's his 5th goal in the qualifying campaign. He's in a really good vein of goal-scoring form for his country now. His 14th international goal overall. And he's almost up to 1 in 2 as an international striker nowadays. Another card. And another sore one for Di Maria to take. Pires was late. Di Maria rather wishes he didn't get there at all, of course. That's the second Paraguay man to collect a yellow card in this first half. They are a little stretched for numbers, Argentina, in their squad for this double header, with the problems for Colaccini, Zabaleta. Mascherano not involved tonight, and Aguero unlikely to be involved, we understand, on Tuesday when they play Peru. So they can ill afford to drop many more. Certainly not of the quality of Di Maria. Doesn't look awfully good here. His problem just underlines as well the incredible resilience that Leo Messi demonstrates, given the kind of punishment that can be dished out in games like this in this part of the football world. And of course the last thing that Real Madrid will want to witness, to see Di Maria with a problem like this. Looks in a fair amount of discomfort, I'm afraid. A night which started so well for him. Looks like going horribly sour. Leo Messi's free kick. Off the post, and what a goal it would have been. VR scarcely moved a muscle, the goalkeeper. Magnificent, and so close to being a third. Well, the goalkeeper was, by the end of it, he's just watching it and hoping and praying it would come back out, not drop in. That's sensational. Untidy perhaps. Di Maria looking okay to continue, and takes another tumble then. Moving okay. Rojo strong in the challenge. Who's the one midfield player who's really looked to get on it for Paraguay and take responsibility up against the magicians, notably the man in possession here, playing for Argentina. Higuaín to run in behind with Lavezzi. Pires goes down by Di Maria. Braña getting an almost sympathetic hand then, I think, as he just kept it simple and kept Argentina ticking over. Rojo leaves it to Di Maria. Braña. Bit short from Rojo. Took a good challenge by Estadio, and a fair one this time to stop him. And here come Paraguay, who are not getting much by way of rhythm into their attacking, but every so often there's a little surge. To Ortiz, going to drive Paraguay forward. Garay stepped up and blocked off the threat that time. Santa Cruz and Estadio working hard to try to stop Argentina from playing it out. Rojo, Di Maria. Nicely worked. On goes Higuaín. Such a willing worker right across the front line. Gonzalo Higuaín doesn't get anything for all his labours then. A warrior to go with all his wondrous talent, Lionel Messi. And time and again the man singled out for especially close attention. Oliveros. Laid back by Fabro. He gets another touch or two on it. Da Silva. They do have aerial power, that's for sure, and it was just sort of just trying to feed it up in the air toward Fabro. But they are getting outworked and really outthought and outplayed in the middle of the park, Paraguay, and that's where they can tend to stifle sides, by blocking up and outnumbering the opposition. They've not been able to do it to Argentina tonight. The ball's been on the move the whole time. Gago to Messi. Braña stepped in to prevent Paraguay from playing their way forward and continue to hustle, even illegally so. Estadio got on it though. It's behind Pires. Riveros. Not sticking often enough when it gets up to Fabro for Paraguay. Miscued by Braña. Fell for Messi all the same. Higuaín did that so well. Well, he had the confidence, Di Maria, to try to take on all comers then. Rojo gives it to Higuaín. Garay's ball not the best. Got out by Ortiz. Better link-up play between Fabro and Santa Cruz. And possibilities here for Paraguay. There was an arm in the air again then in the box. Not sure whose arm. There's a powerful run by Ayala. Rojo pleading his innocence. The baby of the Argentina side at the moment, Rojo, the left back at the age of 22. Man wearing 3. That's his clearing header. Not very well cleared, actually. Paraguay get a corner. Looking to finish the half as strongly as they were in the first 10 minutes when they earned themselves, or rather were given, a penalty. Fernández is taking Alcaraz, quite literally taking him. Ayala. Taking him by the jersey. Corner. Won by Riveros. Against his opposite number. Braña. Over to the other side to take. Romero, tall at 192 centimetres, uses all his height then. They've played in fits and starts, Paraguay, in this half. Can't say they've created a single chance all by themselves. It was the gift presented to them by the handball to Braña, and if you take that away, it's hard to remember a single other meaningful strike. but they are still in touch here. Rojo. Braña. We are in stoppage time. First of 2 added minutes. Not the best from Romero. Matisse. Wins that little free kick. Lavezzi thought he won the ball back for Argentina. No free kick this time. That would have been a more promising place to get one, and the possibility is that Argentina could go all the way here in the counter-attack. Quite a burst by Di Maria. Leaving his mark on his opponent. Referee let it go. Might have something to say about it later. Here come Argentina. Rivero's got his head to that. Campagnaro went back. It's been an edgy first half, which Wilson Luis Seneme brings to a close. The referee's handled it pretty well though. A couple of cards for Paraguay to cool the tempers. Lionel Messi, of course, at his usual level and so close to giving Argentina what would be a comfortable 3-1 lead. But it's still in the melting pot here. A wonderful start for Argentina. Di Maria will be credited surely with the opener, even though it brushed off Lavezzi's shoulder. But a gift of a penalty, which was converted by debut man Fabro, number 17, for Paraguay, against his native land, of course. That levelled it all up, and Argentina had to start all over again. A wonderful, wonderful goal by Gonzalo Higuaín, a real striker's goal to make it 2-1 at the break. But Paraguay, as ever, are hard to put away. It's Argentina 2, Paraguay 1 at the break here in Córdoba. Welcome back to Córdoba, everybody. Second half soon to get underway here. Paraguay are out. We await the return of Argentina, who lead 2-1 at the break in this CONMEBOL South American qualifying group tie. Argentina in control certainly, but something for Paraguay to build on if they can keep a positive outlook in this second half. If Argentina do go on to claim all 3 points here, they will go top of the South American qualifying group after the defeat elsewhere today in Barranquilla for Uruguay. It actually finished Colombia 4, Uruguay 0. That's a stunning reverse for Uruguay, their first defeat. Radamel Falcao, who else set Colombia on the way early on? Teofilio Gutierrez with a brace, and there was an additional 4th goal for Carlos Zuniga in stoppage time. A thumping victory for Colombia, much needed for them. It moves them right into the hunt on 10 points. And Uruguay pegged back. Can Paraguay peg Argentina back in this game? Paraguay's need for the points is greater than any of the other countries aforementioned there. Just 4 out of 15 going into this game. 3 defeats in the first 5. A 4th defeat now would make it an uphill struggle for a side that was expected to challenge strongly for a World Cup place. Here's Santa Cruz. Gives it to Fabro, their goal scorer from the spot. Bit short from Lavezzi, got away with it. And to a degree, Garay also got away with it. Pires. Ayala with the throw. Slide in was by Da Silva, who's had his hands full tonight against Higuaín. Yes, to a degree the age profile has been shifted by Paraguay's new boss Peluso, 1 or 2 new faces, but the song remains the same really for Paraguay. All about the perspiration and the perseverance. They've somehow managed to stay with Argentina in this game. Until now, perhaps. Oh, wonderful. He's denied for the 2nd time by the post, incredibly, and Messi goes again here. Well, he's hit both posts in this game at either end, the left and the right. It was going to be one of the great Messi moments. And the crowd all rise to him, even though it didn't end with a goal. Nicking it back and strolling his way through the defence, over the top of the goalkeeper, right against the foot of the post. That close to another collector's item. And more importantly, for Argentina, more pertinent, if you like, to the job at hand tonight, the 3 points would surely have been in the bag had that gone in at 3-1. Much like his free kick late in the first half, which cannoned back off the upright at the other end. Cut off in his prime. Rivera slid in, but no foul. The judgment of the Brazilian referee then. Now it is Santa Cruz, and he can drive at the box here. Just drops it off instead to Fabro. Romero was coming screaming off his line. It was never going to get there, the goalkeeper. Di Maria to Messi. Lavezzi wants it out wide right. Messi goes left instead. It's a bit short. And Di Maria was losing his footing anyway. Here's Fabro. Fernando Gago faces him up. A back 4 and 2 holding defensive midfield players for Argentina. That's the way that Sabella set the side up here. They tend not to try to get forward much, Braña and Gago, and they leave it to Messi and co to go and do the attacking. No better man. Just an inch or two away here. Through it and issued the instructions to Di Maria what to do with it as well. Nicely worked. Back to Messi. It's a great block and a painful one also, and the second shot had no real pace in it when it came in from Garay. Who was a little bit caught out of position as Paraguay looked to break quickly. Estadio, who's shown a decent touch on it tonight, Marcelo Estadio. Slid forward by Riveros. Paraguay get a free kick. Fabro taken down by Braña. Not the worst ball at all, back by the right back in that overlapping run, and considering to slide it around the side of the defender. In fact, just caught him in the midriff, if we could put it like that. Campagnaro's doing all the organising. Well, this is ambitious, and it's travelling. Oh, just for half a second it looked like it might squirm under Romero. It's really hit well by Ayala. There's plenty room to hit it into, incidentally, and Romero just about got enough behind it. Paraguay still in the contest. Santa Cruz against Fernández. It's been a mystery really why they've underperformed so far in this World Cup qualifying campaign, but they're looking to force their way back into the reckoning here in Córdoba tonight. Di Maria. They've qualified for the World Cup finals 8 times, Paraguay. 2010 was their best ever performance, the quarter-finalists then, only beaten 1-0 by Spain in Johannesburg. A terrific campaign in terms of the results, squeezing their way through these quarter-finals and semi-finals to make a Copa America final last year, even if there were few goals. Drawn games, battling to victory on penalties, but they've earned their place of respectability in the world rankings, and to see them languishing like this in the qualifying section, I think, is a bit of a surprise. Peluso, former Olympia coach, that's one of the leading clubs in Paraguay. His first national job. He's a Uruguayan, in fact. Not that unusual in South America for big name national heroes to end up managing other countries. Daniel Passarella is a good case in point, the former Argentina boss who managed elsewhere in South America. Marcelo Bielsa and others have managed several countries. Fernández and the centre-back partner taking one or two little risks. Rojo, they're the younger element in this Argentina side, 22 and 23 respectively, the centre-backs tonight. No Colaccini. Paraguay's campaign in this World Cup got off to a dismal start. In Peru, they were beaten 2-0 there. That's Argentina's next destination, next midweek. The 7th game of what will be a 16-match campaign. And in fairness, that's actually reduced in terms of the number of games compared to the norm, which would be 18 with 10 competing teams, only 9 in the group to start out this time because of Brazil's pre-qualification for the World Cup. This is the throw. Covered in by Fernández. Romero. Oh, it got very close. He's looked more and more jittery as the night's developing here. Sergio Romero in goal. Had nothing to do early on, but in time-honoured fashion, Paraguay are turning this into a little bit of a war of attrition tonight. And they're getting bits and pieces out of it. And maybe a little sign that there could be something for them in this game is the fact that Romero, the Argentina goalkeeper, is just starting to look a bit frayed around the edges. Da Silva. Rojo did his job well. Gago. Di Maria looking for Higuaín. Da Silva had to stretch out a leg. Time for a change or two as Paraguay continue to try to work their way back into it, and Cardoso and perhaps one more change, I think, and they may be made right now. Lots of experience. I mentioned the age profile has been brought down in this Paraguay side tonight with the introduction of one or two youngsters, but they've got so much experience to call upon. Santa Cruz is the man making way. And in addition to Cardoso, who now comes on. Nelson Valdez also on. Two players perhaps more than a little aggrieved to be left out of the starting lineup tonight. It's actually a double change, the top two. Fabro and Santa Cruz with direct replacements in Valdez and Cardoso. Of those changes, Fabro gone for Cardoso, Cruz gone for Valdez. Valdez is 28. Newly signed by Valencia after a spell in Russia with Rubin Kazan. But he certainly had his moments at international level as well. Valdez of scoring goals in the qualifying for the last World Cup. Got 5 on that run, and I guess you could say from that point of view he's a kind of a lucky omen for tonight. Argentina really have struggled to get going properly in this second half, barring the clip against the post by Messi. And if it stays like this, Paraguay, we know, will keep battling away, and that miss might yet come to be seen as more important. Gago got caught in possession and then was able to recover himself. Messi. Di Maria to Gago, to Messi, who continued his surge. He was well stopped in the end, in all honesty, and quite fairly stopped, unlike some of the challenges they put on him in the first half. Looking for Valdez, not the quickest. More like the kind of treatment that is meted out to Messi. Cáceres was the culprit. Braña. Higuaín took the tumble. Nicely done. That's nice too. The Fixen starts to show a little bit. Ortiz's ball forward is just a bit too much on it for Cardoso, but that's the kind of ball that he tends to profit from, Oscar Cardoso. Early and over the top. Lavezzi. Messi taking a long way round, inviting the challengers. One too many, I think, was the opinion from the referee, Wilson Lewis Seneme. That was the inference from the body language. Persistent foul play to earn him a yellow. Now then, Messi, first half, did all bar score from a free kick. It wasn't against the bar, but against the post. He's hit a post already in the second half. Is it 3-time and a charm here? He wants another crack. Vilar's put a big wall up. It is Messi. It's unbelievable, simply unbelievable. They have their third. He might have a hat-trick all by himself. Each one was a sensational effort on the goal. The only difference this time is that after hitting posts in both halves, this one nestles in the corner. The work of a genius. Argentina are blessed to have him, but everybody who watches him must agree. It is a simple joy, one of life's joys to watch this man play football. Sabella's team lead by 3, and any team with Leo Messi in it has got to have a chance. That is unsavable. Well, it's like watching Diego Maradona in that sense. Fantastic. Argentina have made their first change at 3-1 now, and maybe with an eye to next week and the trip to Peru. Completely different atmosphere now in the ground. It's Lavezzi who's gone off, I think. Maybe to be kept fresh for that trip. And it is Rodrigo Palacio who gets his chance at the age of 30. He's just moved from Genoa to Inter at club level. Only his 5th cap for his country. Higuaín looking to run in behind. Messi battling to win it back and dish out some of the rough stuff himself. The complete package on both sides of the game. Paraguay were just edging into it, you sensed. But inviting Messi to take shots at your goal, that's what can happen. It wasn't the worst ball in, and Cardoso, normally so good at attacking that kind of service, wasn't far away from it, and a little knowing nod by Sabella to the back 4. Let's keep at it, guys. At the other end, there are goals aplenty in this Argentina side. Many goal threats, but the greatest of them all, the greatest player in the world today, pound for pound. Well, he looks to be enjoying his role in this Argentina side. I think that's clear. It's not been easy for him in recent years. The Maradona era, Sergio Batista came and went, but he looks like he's more comfortable, perhaps. That's been one of Sabella's best tricks as manager. Cardoso stuck out an arm. I saw one of them in the first half by Braña for no good reason, which gifted Paraguay their goal. Although they edged their way into this game second half, Paraguay, they weren't doing an awful lot in front of goal. Now they've got to get 2 in a little over 20 minutes to have any chance of getting anything out of this game. If they don't, it will be defeat number 4 in 6 qualifiers. And the news from elsewhere is, just as Argentina got good news at the top end of this section with the defeat by Colombia of Uruguay tonight, the news is not good for Paraguay among the strugglers, because Ecuador have beaten Bolivia in the other game played in the section, that one in Quito. The 74th minute goal by Castillo, penalty to win the points for Ecuador, and that puts Ecuador up to 12 in a very strong position, and they're going to take all the catching, and they've got a healthy advantage over Paraguay if Paraguay do end up losing again tonight. I don't think any of this was foreseen during that Copa America run last year. Have to come back. With that captain's armband as well, there's just something about the body language of Messi playing for Argentina now that just suggests that all is well with the world for him, and that's a real wake-up call to the rest of world football if that is the case. Palacio trying to link with Rojo. Left back likes to get involved further up the field, but really and truly there's not a lot of pushing on from the back. They just get the ball to the front, 2 or 3 or 4 players. Messi, Higuaín, Lavezzi when he was out there, now Palacio, and they ask them to get on with it. Di Maria as well, and they're pretty good at getting on with it. That clearly is how Sabella's tried to balance this side. The defenders do the defending and the attackers do the attacking. Little Braña patrolling in front of his centre-backs. Slid forward by Fernández. Higuaín got turned, looked to drive, and he just drove straight into Alcaraz. Bit of showboating by Di Maria. Appreciated by the crowd here in Córdoba. Valdez gave chase. Push on Riveros to win Paraguay a free kick, which they've taken quickly. Pidis. Gathered in by Cardoso. Well, he thrust out a hand, you might remember, a couple of minutes ago. And this time he does get pinged. Was it actually for handball? Yes, I think it did clip his hand. Definitely so. Third and last change for Paraguay. Benitez to place Estadio. Here's the first of those changes. Nelson Valdez. No problem at all for Romero on that one. Benitez is another striker. Got 5 international goals. Down this left-hand side, Benitez. Well, his night's getting better after that horrible beginning, Rodrigo Braña. Lovely done by Rojo. Just clipped back in by Alcaraz. Cáceres. Was just clipped, I think, as he was trying to go forward, not to the agreement of Gago, of course. I don't think he was actually the guilty party. Benitez seeing a fair bit of it and working it nicely here. Got clear over the shoulder by Garay. In by Riveros. Ortiz. Something's been lost for Paraguay over the last couple of years. The trouble they gave sides during that World Cup in South Africa, they don't look quite as obdurate somehow. A kind of a steely edge to what they were doing that they would not be denied, a persistence. Bulk of the side a couple of years older, that could be part of the reason why. A little bit of good fortune for Fernández. Sabella's going to ring a changer to himself before the finish here tonight for Argentina. On already. I think it will be Pablo Guinazu. Superbly taken in by Higuaín. Gago to Braña. María. Struts to Argentina now at 3-1. Garay. Would you believe it? A tackle from behind, which was deemed legal by the referee, was Alcaraz. That's not a legal challenge at all. And Riveros is protesting a little bit too much here. He knows what's coming his way. Not clear as to who actually gets the booking here. Maybe it's something that somebody else said. We'll get back to that in a moment. We think it was Valdez, in fact. Di Maria gets a big hand as he's withdrawn here. Got that knock first half. They'll need him against Peru. And it is to be Pablo Horacio Guinazu. Plays his club football for Internacional in Brazil. 34 years of age. And again, the Sabella revolution is only Guinazu's 5th cap for his country. So he's waited until well into his 30s before ever getting a national call-up. Three friendlies and This is second qualifier. Higuaín under it. As you get a feel for it. Oh dear, it's an appalling challenge, and I think there's no doubt at all that Palacio has deserved the yellow here. Sent forward by Ortiz, sent back by Fernández, who looks particularly accomplished in the air, young Federico Fernández. Garay with a little bit of showboating. Higuaín in space. Garay. Buenazo. Back by Messi. Campagnaro was happy enough to give it to Fernández. I'm not sure Fernández actually wanted it particularly. Argentina essentially are playing the game out, and it's up to Paraguay to do something to prevent the inevitable now, and they're running short of time to do it in. Normally so good in the air. I don't really recall him making much impact so far in that respect since he came into the game. Here's a man who's had an impact, and that's a wonderful weight on the ball, and would have been a great way to finish. Messi again wins it back. The olays ring out around Córdoba. It was actually given away then by Gago. Cardoso wins a free kick for Paraguay. And it comes at the expense of a yellow card. I believe for Braña. We'll confirm that for you when we can. Floated in by Ayala. Cáceres looks pleadingly to the assistant on that far side. That's a pretty embarrassing moment from Argentina's point of view, even though the goal not allowed to stand. There was a lot of confusion in there, and as well as they've done in the attacking sense in this game, at times the relationship between Romero, the goalkeeper, and the two young centre-backs, and that is clearly onside. Clearly onside. Surely. I think it may have been Garay playing them on. But that is a poor decision, and Romero's got a little bit of luck, and so have Argentina. And that could have shaken things up here inside the last 10 minutes. think Paraguay's players will know just how easily that goal might have been allowed to stand. There might be another one at the other end for Argentina. Palacio drives on and on. Benitez. Riveros. Ortiz. Free kick's won by Gago. It's a beautiful weight on that ball forward into the path of Palacio. Maybe just took a little bit too long to make up his mind what to do with it. Paraguay are getting on with it. They've got a corner. And they might have been attacking at 3-2 rather than 3-1. Ayala takes. And again, less than secure Argentina. Goal kick this time, and I don't think any dispute about that assistant's decision, unlike on the goal that was disallowed, and that very nearly presented an opportunity. Here again, it's a very, very marginal call to say the best of it. I do think it was the right back playing them on, and on another day that might have been allowed to stand. Romero arguing the toss with his centre-backs after it. But Argentina enjoying a little bit of good fortune there. Maybe Peluso still thinks that there could be something here for Paraguay. Play switch by Cáceres. Pires joins in. Sends in a decent looking ball, and they kind of dealt with that, the centre-backs. Campagnaro got himself into a little bit of a tight corner. Now they have been causing problems with these set pieces, Paraguay. Last change is going to bring a midfield man on in place of a midfield man as Braña makes way and Lucas Villa, the Anderlecht midfield man. Like for like. Now Ayala to get on with it for Paraguay. Romero will gather that one in. Ortiz. Billy on Riveros. And it's actually Gago on Riveros. standing a couple of yards in front of him to stop him taking a quick one. Cardoso's got onto it first. Not really got started since he came on though, Cardoso. On his better days at Benfica, one of the best around Europe. And certainly one of the biggest handfuls. Well, they haven't quite made it a stroll second half, and Romero's had one or two worrying moments for Argentina, but they are approaching stoppage time with a 3-1 lead. Pires goes long. First of 2 added minutes. Rojo. Nicely worked out to this side. Benitez. Paraguay are trying to go forward as this game reaches its conclusion, but it has been in fits and starts, I'm afraid, again tonight from them. Ayala's delivery has been pretty good and quite worrying to Argentina at times. They deal with that one okay. And it is all over here in Córdoba, and one of the bigger shouts of the night from this big crowd here, a crowd which was on its feet and looking forward to an exhilarating Argentina display early on, but after Di Maria's opener had lifted the excitement level, they were all brought back down to earth when Rodrigo Braña gave away a penalty, a needless penalty, to level it. Fabro from the spot for Paraguay, but that was as good as it got for the visitors here tonight, as Leo Messi, in the way only he can, took over. A brilliant pair of goals, one for Higuaín before half-time, and then Messi himself after twice hitting the woodwork, and it ends in a comfortable victory. Argentina sporadically were spectacular going forward. They still have problems at the back, but with this 3-1 win over Paraguay, they're in a very strong position in the CONMEBOL qualifying section, especially given Uruguay's defeat elsewhere. On to 13 points they go, and for the moment top of the section, and it's all uphill, I'm afraid, for Paraguay, who have now lost 4 of the opening 6 qualifiers. Quite a fall from grace for them after their exploits at the last World Cup and indeed at the Copa America. Thank you for watching with us. They've got it all to do again, Argentina, when they go to Peru on Tuesday, but the new look Argentina under Alex Sabella begins to look exciting.